Hello, I'm Shannon Harris. Thanks for tuning in to Window on Wilmington. On today's show, we'll tell you about Family Shade and what they do. PAWS for People has a conference coming up, and we'll have the details for that. Shine a Light on the Queen is coming up, and we'll tell you how they have a great show, and we'll give you the rundown. And we'll also find out what's going on at Parks and Rec with college tours, summer youth employment, and a bunch of fun things. But first, Delaware Readiness Teams are an exciting way to bring community members together to use Delaware's readiness equation as the foundation for creating or expanding systems of support for young children from birth to age 8 and their families. Brandi Miller and Daynel Wright join me now to tell us about early learning and child development services right here in our good old state of Delaware. Hello, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, child readiness teams, early development, and it's a lot. And I think when I first had my son, I heard a lot about, oh, he needs to be registered for kindergarten. Is he kindergarten ready? And I was like, what is that?
So the Delaware Readiness Teams are trying to help that. We have 20 of them across the state right now, working on our 21st, so soon to be 21 teams statewide.
Yay.
We're very excited about that. And they are working on all kinds of things in their community to help children be kindergarten ready and be ready for life. So not necessarily just about kindergarten, but that's a big piece because, as you said, it's a huge transition for kids and for families, but helping them get to that place and then even going beyond.
I think, Brandi, now I'm well beyond the kindergarten, thank goodness, but it was a huge transition. And I think for parents who might have little ones that are just about to go into that, maybe you need to tell them what that exactly means.
Yes.
Because it's a lot to understand.
Yes, so that's something that we actually just developed in our Office of Early Learning. We've put together some kindergarten registration packets for families. And it's really in response to the work we've done with the school districts and with the early learning providers saying we need some more help for families to know all of those things that you need to be ready. So we've put together a folder for families that has some of that information in there so that Daynel's been sharing them with her readiness team, the other readiness teams are distributing, and in there talks about the contact information for all of the schools across the state. It has in there a checklist of all the items that you're going to need, and if you don't have them, where can I go and get them?
Right.
So if you've misplaced a birth certificate or misplaced your immunization card, how do I go back to get those to make sure that I have everything I need, and keeping it all in your folder until you're ready for that time to go in and meet with the school.
Now, Daynel, you said she shares all of this stuff with the readiness team. So, Daynel, you get the readiness teams ready to go out. And where do they go? Like, how are they meeting these parents?
I am a part of the Nessie Delaware Readiness Team, which stands for Northeast Safe, Strong, and Engaged. And our team meets at the Browns Boys and Girls Club. So we work with families that live in that community. And in October, we actually had a series of 4 parent workshops, and we had community providers come in and talk about health, education, nutrition, and finance, just some of the topics that we thought parents would be interested in. It was a very informal session. The providers sat with the families. They were able to get information. And then we have coming up out of that, the families let us know what they needed and what they wanted going forward. So we're actually excited. Next week we're going to have our parent support group. It was canceled before due to the weather.
Gosh.
So we're excited to have our first parent support group next week, and we have one of our team members is a family crisis therapist. So she's going to be facilitating that, and we'll just talk about whatever our parents would like to talk about at that time. So it's really exciting, and the biggest piece that we need on all our teams is parent involvement. So they're the key to anything. Without the parents there, without the parents involved, we really, as early learning providers, cannot do anything. So we're really trying to just get more parent involvement on our teams, but it's a really great avenue for parents just to be able to come out and get the information. And like Brandi said, I shared the packets with some of the people at my agency, and they love them. They're very helpful. They're nice. They come in a little folder so the parents can organize all their documents, because it is a scary step trying to put your child in the kindergarten, especially if it's your first one. So
yes.
we really are excited about working with Office of Early Learning and getting those kids out to the community, because they're very helpful, and just trying to make sure our families are ready and the schools are ready to accept the families who are coming to them as well.
Right.
That's
Right.
another
That's a big
important piece, because they need to understand, what our children need, what their families need as they're coming into the schools.
And I think it was interesting that Daynel said that, you know, these parents get to not also hear about the information that they already have prepared, but then it's time for the parents to give some feedback too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's what's really unique about these teams is that the teams are deciding what is best for in their own communities that they need to have happen. So each team has their own action plan. Each team is deciding based on what the needs of their community and hearing those voices, what is it that they want to do. So this team has chose to have family workshops and to have family sessions together, and other teams are doing other things. We have one team, you know, putting some new information into libraries that families can take information home and practice with their children to get ready for school. So lots of things happening, but it's coming out of the community, very grassroots.
What do you tell parents that what can they do to prepare their kids for kindergarten? So what do they need to be doing on their end before they even come into you guys?
You want to start?
Sure. I actually got involved with the readiness teams because I work for Wilmington Head Start. So we service preschool age children here in the city of Wilmington. So one of the biggest things we tell our families is we try to get our families engaged with us prior to them leaving. So we want them to come to our parent meetings. We want them to be a part of the parent-teacher conferences because one of the biggest indicators of school success is parents who are involved. So we try to start that at the preschool level so that when they transition into the school system, these are the same parents who you'll find who will be in the PTA. They'll be at the different events that go on at school because they really need to understand the importance of their involvement in their child's education as well. And then also just validating the parents as their child's first teacher. Like, yes, your child will go to preschool, but you are your child's first teacher. So just working with the parents on early readiness skills that they can work with at home with their child. It doesn't have to be you're sitting down doing workbooks. It can be basic stuff where you're just pointing out things in their environment, showing them, you know, that the tissue box is square or that the traffic light has 3 colors and what those colors are, and just pointing those things out to their kids in the environment and just giving them simple ways they can work with their kids at home. It doesn't take any money. It doesn't take any special skills, just teaching them what you know so that they will have that foundation starting at home, and just having the parents really feel empowered in order to help them with the process, because I think that's the biggest thing. It's just empowering the family so they can feel like they can advocate appropriately for their children.
I would agree, and communication is a big one. Talking with your children is so big, that talking with them and doing those things that Daynel just said at home and just having some conversation and teaching them some of those problem-solving skills, how to, when something doesn't work, what can I do to solve my problem? And having the language to do that is a really important thing for them.
And I guess I like this because it helps you not only with the parent, but it helps with the school.
Yes.
So this is really great.
This is really important because it's not always about children being ready for school, but as Daynel said, the school has to be ready for the child.
Right.
And so it's an important partnership in our communities that the early learning providers, the schools, the health community, the business community, everyone's sitting around the same table and trying to get on the same page. So we have those resource packets, and we also have them on our website. So Great Starts Delaware, we have a new tab just for Delaware Readiness Teams and a new tab about kindergarten registration. So we hope that will also help get some word out.
I think it will. So let's tell everybody, if they want to know anything about, the readiness teams, everything that they need to do, where do they need to go?
They absolutely should go to the website, www.greatstartsdelaware.com. They can also reach out to the Office of Early Learning. Welcome to reach out to me, Brandi Miller there. And Daynel, you can reach out to you too on the Nessie team.
Yes.
She'd be happy to get you in contact.
And we want to make sure everybody takes full advantages of preparing their little ones for kindergarten.
Yes.
So we definitely want to have that up there. Okay. So you ladies, it was so great to see you here, and great to have you back, Brandi.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
We want everybody to be kindergarten ready. So we all know what that means, right? Do we? Okay, Bob's just looking like whatever. He was like, me? I've been through kindergarten.
Everything you need to know in life, you learned from kindergarten. So
That is true.
that's what you need to know.
That is true. But my son still cannot tie his shoe, which is really making me mad. And he's a first grader.
He'll get there.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of tying them. Thank you. And come back again. And thanks for
Great.
joining us, Daynel. I appreciate it.
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me.
All right. Next up, Family Shade after these messages. Yay.
Introducing a new day of the week, someday. Now, everything you were going to do someday is on the calendar. Want to retire someday? You'll really want this. A My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your future benefits and manage current benefits online. Millions of people have a My Social Security account. Get yours today, because someday is here at socialsecurity.gov.
Today, school kids rely on the internet for so many things: homework, math, research. But what about kids who don't have internet at home? Hello, I'm Theo Gregory, Wilmington City Council President. The internet is essential, as many as 80% of low-income families do not have access at home, including many right here in Wilmington. So help bridge this gap by supporting local broadband adoption programs. Let's get more students and families connected to the power of the internet.
Delaware's Family Shade is a collaborative alliance of family partners and organizations committed to improving the quality of life for children and youth with special health care needs by connecting families and providers to information, resources, and services. Zalewski and Annalisa Ekbladh are here now to tell us all about it. Hello, Family Shade.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys could be here.
Yeah.
So when I first saw it, I was like, Family Shade. Does that mean we're standing under a big tree?
Sort of sheltering. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really a great organization and one that is really needed, especially for people who aren't sure how to reach out to receive certain services.
Right.
So, you know, feel free to start telling us all about the great things you guys do over there.
Okay.
Great. So Family Shade, like you said, is a service to the community. We provide information, resources, and support to families of children with disabilities, which could mean autism, cerebral palsy, or Down syndrome, as well as families of children with chronic medical conditions like cancer, diabetes, or cystic fibrosis. We connect them to the services in the community that can support them. There are hundreds of wonderful organizations here in Delaware that support children with special health care needs in a variety of different ways. And our job is really to connect families to all of those many resources that exist here in Delaware. We're funded by the Delaware Division of Public Health, and we're staffed by the University of Delaware Center for Disability Studies. And all of the Family Shade staff are also parents of children with special health care needs. Wow. So we've walked in their shoes, and we know, how difficult it can be to navigate all of those different, all of those different things that you might need as a parent of a child with a special health care needs. So, in addition to the things that we provide for families, we also help to connect organizations that serve children with special health care needs to each other so that they can learn more about each other.
That is great.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's nice to hear how you work to connect people. And I guess one of my biggest concerns is always, I like to think that I am able to research and find things, and I know that there are some people that really don't know where to even begin to look.
Yeah. So that's why primarily we're trying to work through our website, since of course that's how everybody gets their information these days.
How I found you.
Yes. And so there's really three primary places or ways of getting information on the website. And the website address is just familyshade.org. And the first is through our database. So as opposed to, like you say, searching Google and trying to find
a billion things.
Yeah, this is a database specifically developed for Delaware organizations serving this community. And you can search on, by a keyword, you can search a certain organization name and get information that way. The second way is through something new that we've launched called the Roadmap to Services. So this is a simple graphic that looks like a little town and has different buildings that would be the areas of the community that someone might be looking for services. Because people don't necessarily realize that when a child has a disability or a chronic health condition, it starts out as a medical situation, but it affects really every part of their life.
Right.
And so this graphic, particularly for a family who's perhaps newly diagnosed and doesn't even know what they want to search for, they don't even know what they don't know,
right?
kind of.
Because it's like a needle in a haystack. Okay,
Yes.
where do I start?
Right. So that's exactly what the Roadmap for Services was created. So there's little buildings, and you can click on the school if you need information about how your child is getting services in the school, or if you have information about insurance, or you have a question about what are my legal rights? What is my child entitled to as a person with a disability? So we just tried to make it not as comprehensive as the database, but just an easy way for someone just starting out to get some starting information of places to go.
And I think it's another thing is that, everybody that is working at Family Shade has already been there, dealing with your own situation. And so you all know how not only does it affect the child, the entire family.
Right.
So it's a great support system there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, people can join Family Shade as family members if they would like to. They're welcome to come to events that we have. We even have a couple family members who have joined our board of directors. And so as little or as much as people would like to be involved, and of course there's many people who just go to the website and, and that's get the information. And the other thing that people sort of engage with a lot on the website is we have an events and activities page. And at any given time, there are over 100 events going on around the state that are geared towards this community. And I don't think people realize that so many things are going on, to get support. So it's support group, it's recreational activities, it's, I know you had PIC on recently, Parent Information Center.
Yes.
We list their classes that they provide that educate parents about how to get the services that they need in the schools. And so all those events are on, as many as we can find out about, we try and put them all into one place. So the idea is, like you said, as opposed to trying to find the needle in the haystack, it's a one-stop place that can then orient them to where they need to go.
When people are calling you guys, what are they calling, what kind of problems are they having when they're calling you guys?
Right, because like Karen said, families are dealing with issues that are all across the map. We get a wide variety of types of calls at Family Shade, but for example, we just got a call from a family whose child had autism, and they were looking for an aftercare program.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that could really work with their child with autism.
Right.
We've recently gotten calls about from a mom whose child had type 1 diabetes who was struggling with changes to the Medicare insurance and was worried about having to change doctors and things like that. So what we do is connect them, like we said, to this community that's already out there with the expertise to help them. So in both cases, we connected families to the experts in those areas that could help them solve those issues. And that's really what we want families to know, is that there's no problem too big or too small to call us, and that's why we're here. We're here to help, and to help them connect to the people that can really help them solve those issues. And as time goes on, the things that a family might encounter will change.
Right.
It may be a school issue at one point, it may be an insurance issue at another point, but we are always here to help and get them connected to the right place.
And Annalisa, you just said connect the autism, because there's such a wide spectrum of autism. And I'm gonna tell you something, I applaud the families that are going through this, you know what I mean? But that would be one thing, I'm like, where do you find aftercare for my child who is autistic?
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't even know where to look, because a mainstream center might want to deal with it to an extent, but they're like, well, it's kind of not really us. And then your child's not getting any help that they really need.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be stimulating for them. So that is great.
Yeah, so we can help families, sort of work through those issues and find situations and places that can really support them.
And I did just want to mention, we sort of went to calling us. So most people use the website and I think are able to find what they're looking for. But if they can't find it on the website, or they just prefer to talk to someone, then that's when they can call us, and it's a toll-free number. And as Annalisa mentioned, staffed by parents who no one situation is exactly alike, you know,
Right.
but have been there to some degree.
You can understand.
So-
You understand your situation might not be a mirror of mine, but you
Right.
are there and you know what I'm going through, which is
Right.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So let me see. What do you provide organizations and groups that serve children with disabilities and chronic diseases? So like
So that's sort of the other part of Family Shade, is
Okay.
acting as an umbrella organization that can bring those organizations and groups that serve kids together to learn more about each other. So even though Delaware is a small state, just like parents don't necessarily know all the resources, even those who are in the business, so to speak, don't know all the resources. And so we have networking breakfasts, which are very popular, where everyone just comes, they've got 3 or 4 minutes to tell a little bit about their organization or events that they have coming up. And people, you can see people scribbling notes because, oh, I didn't know that there was a therapeutic horseback riding place that's so close, because someone may be coming and talking to you in a support group, but there are all these other services that aren't the ones that you provide are going
Right.
to become apparent that they need some access to. So our next networking breakfast is April 1st, and even some parents come to that. So we'd love to have anyone who's interested in joining us.
And we want to remind everybody, please, just get on the website, take a look around, navigate through, you know what I mean? And educate yourself on the
Yeah,
services, you
yeah.
know what I mean? And listen, I'd call you guys. You sound really accessible,
Please
you know
do.
what I mean?
If you
Yeah.
ever have the need, please do.
Yeah. Now, let me see, was there a workshop too coming up, or you got a workshop, or just?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
we're co-sponsoring a workshop with Easter Seals to help families learn more about guardianship and medical power of attorney, as well as some special needs financial planning. So that information is on our website. You can go under our events and activities and find out more about that. That will be March 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you guys could come
Oh,
on.
thank you for
Family
having us.
Shade
We
is
appreciate it.
truly a tree, shading the whole family, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you know what? Come back again, and maybe if you'd like to bring a parent that utilizes the
would be great.
services, that would be great.
Wonderful.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. All right. We'll be back with Pause for People after these messages.
We are your Wilmington City Council, and we're also your neighbors. We're asking you to let us know about your community events, achievements, concerns, and issues.
That's why we created a special email address that will connect you to all of us in City Council.
Drop us an email about things going on in your neighborhood with Community Events 22 at wilmingtonde.gov. That's Community Events 22 at wilmingtonde.gov.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Pause for People provides therapeutic visits to any person in the community who would benefit from interaction with a well-trained, loving pet. And Sunny's here with Lynne and Clarice. Hey, Lynne and Clarice. And Sunny. And yes, Lynne, I wore it green.
We appreciate Paws Green is very good, thanks.
Yay! Love Paws, and Sunny's just as great as always.
Well, we'll see how it goes. He always does something interesting.
I think he loves Paul Kennard for some reason.
Think so?
Yeah,
Good?
he
Yeah,
loves
good.
That's
Looking that way.
yeah, you see him, right?
Yeah, look like
Must be treats involved.
I think so, or something. something. I mean, I don't know, maybe Paul's going to rub his stomach or something. I don't know.
That would be really good.
So, Lynne, what's new with PAWS?
Well, PAWS as a pet therapy organization is growing, and I have to tell you that today is our date for our 10th anniversary.
No
way! Exactly 10 years ago today.
Happy anniversary!
Yay! He was not with us at that time. He's not that old. But then we started with 21 teams and 10 places to visit, and now I'm proud to say that we have staff. Yay!
Yay! Yay!
And almost 400 teams, and we visit 150 places over the 4-state area.
Amazing.
So,
amazing.
It started, you remember Boo?
Yeah.
It started with us and several other wonderful dogs and people, and then programs just started coming our way. So the community expresses a need, like the reading program or the autism program, and we design a program in some way to help that and support, and we just grow. We just grow.
That is so great. And you know something, it's funny that you said about like we have a staff and everything. That's we. But you know, I feel like I'm part of it. Because I was looking on the webpage and I was like, wow, yeah. I was like, really good, Lynne. Yeah. I mean, it is a full-fledged staff.
Well, once when it was a half of a bedroom and a computer and me, and now there are 7 on the staff. And Clarice is one. She's our community engagement coordinator. And I have an assistant executive director, and it's very, very exciting for me because, of course, it's been my baby, and now I get to share it, and I've got fantastic people, and the people that are out there with their pets visiting, they're marvelous. They know what they're doing, so we're very, very proud, very proud.
Right, yay, we are so happy, and Clarice, I know you got to be happy too. And for all of us who've seen PAWS just grow and grow and grow, it is really great. What an accomplishment.
Thank you.
You guys should be very proud of yourselves.
We are.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting journey, but a good journey. It's been wholesome and happy all the way through. It's all about positive things making people feel good.
Right.
So you can't really lose in that. So it's good.
All right. Now, what's this year's conference about?
Well, the theme for this year's conference is Pup-Puree. So it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I know. I want to spell it.
So it's Potpourri, but a little pet theme. So Pup-Puree.
Pup-Puree. Pup-Puree.
And so it's a nice variety of things. And we really want to talk about the fact that our conference isn't just for our PAWS teams, but it's for anyone who is an animal lover and wants to learn more about having healthy and happy pets. And so it's a great variety of workshops, from doing pet Reiki and healthy things for your pets and natural treatments. And then also, you know, what's in a bag of pet food? How do you know you're feeding your pet the right thing?
Right.
We also have some classes that talk about the PAWS programs that we have and learning. And do you think your pet can do it? Lynne's doing a workshop on yes, you can, and your pet can too.
Yes.
And because people always say, oh, my pet couldn't do that, and they'd be surprised. You know, we can find a good fit for them. So coming and learning about that at the conference is a great opportunity to just meet other people that love pets as much as you do.
Right, other people, other fun pets, learn about PAWS. Now, do you guys have any other organizations that come in when you do your conference? So, like, can we learn about anything else? Like, you know, how you're working with so many different organizations now, you know.
We invite the people that we work with, but like Delaware Humane Association or one of the veterinarians that we work with, Ryan McKenzie, will come and represent that. Sonny, we're going this way.
Where's it go?
You're supposed to be over here with Clarice. Come on.
Come on now. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
So good shot of
so any of the organizations or sponsors that we've worked with, you might have some specifics, more specifics on that to share.
We do have vendors that are coming in, so you know, we do have some of our local vets or, you know, Conquer Pet to be able to tell you about different things.
Right.
And doing workshops for us.
What do you think, when people come to the conference, what is it that you want them to know most about PAWS and the services that you provide? What do you want them to take away from it?
Let me speak to that first, and then you can come in under me if you don't mind. What I want people to understand is that there is pet therapy, what it is, and how important and impactful it is. So there's a great deal of power in the connection between an animal and a person, and just for people to understand that. I mean, I think everybody says, oh yeah, nice dog. But there is, and kitties and bunnies, we do kitties and bunnies also. But I think the conference or anything else we do is really an educational piece to have people understand even their own animals. It doesn't have to be one of our trained animals. It can be their own animals, and how much that can be beneficial to them and to their family. And their workplace, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the main thing. Of course, we would love everybody to know about PAWS and get involved and become therapy teams with us as far as being recruits and sponsors and all of those. So visibility is extremely important. But I'm really mostly interested in the educational part. What would you say?
Yeah, very similar. I think people know that they have family pets, but learning about how they can utilize their pets to make a better world. And you know, I don't think people have thought about that. They just know how much they love their animal, but how that translates into touching the lives of other people. I think is really important.
Right. And Lynne, you know something, I don't know if I've ever asked you this. Why did you start PAWS?
Nothing to do one day. No. Actually, my dog Boo, who was a 112-pound golden retriever, red like an Irish setter, and incredibly sweet. If he were here, he would be at your side doing that. I just saw the impact that he had on people, just my friends that would come to the house, or if I took him out to the pet store. And then I went, oh, there's something called pet therapy out there. I needed something to do. I'll try it. And I just, again, every time we went, something magical happened. And it doesn't matter whether we were with an elder with dementia, bring them kind of back to reality at one point in time, or whether we're with kids, or whether we're people with disabilities, people that were sad. I mean, we work with mental health facilities. There, thank you, that's terrific. So to have an animal like this be against you, you have the warmth, you've got the confidence. He obviously is trusting me. Now he's mine, but he'll do this with other people too.
Oh, this is a loving dog.
A very loving dog.
He's wonderful.
And so you get a kiss, you get some love, you get some fur, you get that positive feeling. They're very grounding, I think. So when I saw that, it's like, wow, I need to share this. And that's kind of how it started. And a few like-minded people said, yeah, this is cool. And
10 years later.
We banded together like Robin Hood.
Right. And 10 years later, here we are.
So we have a great big celebration coming in April.
Okay.
Where we're going to celebrate our 10 years. And we're inviting you, so I hope that you will come.
I might even bring my dog.
There you go.
April 26th, mark your
April
calendar.
26th. And we want to remind everybody, so they want to check out the conference and they want to come to the celebration, right? So we're going to go to the website. Let's hold it up real quick before we go out here. Potpourri. Right. And you know what? I'm so glad you guys could be here. I love PAWS. What a great organization. And glad that you are helping people out there. And pet therapy does work.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Window on Wilmington will be back after these messages.
Thank you for calling your GED Pep Talk Center. All right, now, are you ready for your GED Pep Talk?
Being nervous is okay. It just shows that you're serious about getting your diploma.
A lot of things are scary. Heck, I'm scared of clowns.
No quiero ir. No lo puedo hacer.
DMC, life in your pep talk style.
Just keeping it real, Debs, just keeping it real.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
The City of Wilmington's Parks and Recreation Department not only provides fun activities for the entire family, they also do great college tours and have summer youth employment programs. And Marilyn Monk, for the first time, hello Marilyn, joins us now with Sean Baker, and you know, you're much better looking than Sean.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He needed a beautiful woman with him today, didn't you?
I have two beautiful women in the studio.
Oh, thank you. But we're going to let Marilyn have all the beauty today, right? So listen, summer youth is coming up. Summer youth employment's coming up. College tours. You guys have a lot of things going on out there.
Yes, we do. We have a vast lineup of things that Parks and Recreation Youth and Families Division is involved with, and we're jumping off, and we are starting in with full force. We want to hopefully get as many youth off of the street this summer as we possibly can.
Thank goodness. Good for you. Now, Marilyn, I guess let's start off with the college tour.
Okay.
So, because that's coming up, right? They'll be doing that soon.
College tour is coming up.
Okay, so first of all, what do they need to do to even be eligible to go on the college tour?
Well, the spring college tour, this year it's going to Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. The date is April the 6th through the 10th. For high school students grades 10 through 12. The cost is $300 for City of Wilmington residents, which means they must reside in the City of Wilmington.
Okay.
$350 for non-residents. This includes your hotel and your transportation.
Okay.
You will need to bring money for food. The deposit of $60 is a non-refundable deposit. And for city residents, $70 for non-city residents, and it's due by Friday, February the 13th, which is this Friday. And that is due, for more information, they can call Nicole Torrance, 576-3847.
Okay.
It's a wonderful trip. They'll be going to Shippensburg University, Penn State University, the University of Pittsburgh, Central State, Wilberforce, Kentucky State, the University of Kentucky, and West Virginia State University. So it's a fantastic trip, and as many youth as can possibly go should try to contact Nicole Torrance, 576-3847 for more information.
Wow, that is great. That sounds like a nice one.
It is.
Look, I'd like to go.
Yes.
And all those universities, you get to see a lot of different campuses and everything.
Yes.
What an experience.
It's a wonderful trip.
Yeah. So we want to remind them they need to get the contact Nicole ASAP.
Yes.
Okay. And after this, because this is it, right?
Yep.
Okay. So then you'd have to wait until next year.
You have to wait until the fall college tour.
Okay.
We have one in the spring and one in the fall.
Okay.
So if they don't make this one, they will have to wait until the fall college tour.
Marilyn, when the college tours comes up, where should people start looking, and when should they start looking for the college tours?
It's approximately 2 months before.
Okay.
We started advertising this college tour in December.
Okay.
So it's about 2 months before they can go on the city's website. We put flyers in schools, churches, community centers. All of the youth that have previously been on the college tour get a copy of the flyer in case they want to try to look at some new colleges.
Okay. Now let's talk summer youth employment, because that's also coming up, and that's a big one.
That's my baby. We are currently in the midst of the 2015 Summer Youth Employment. We have started the registration process. People can come to Parks and Recreation and pick up a packet. We are doing things a little bit different this year.
Okay.
Children are supposed to complete the full packet, which means they will complete the packet, turn in their Social Security card, their photo ID. It can be a school ID or the state ID.
Okay.
Birth certificate and proof of their parents' income. We do not accept the 1040 form, but we will take the W-2 form.
Okay. Okay.
You can come to Parks and Recreation anytime between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to pick up the packet. Either me or two of my team members will be there for any questions that parents may have at that time, because we will not accept the packet back if it is not complete.
Now, the jobs are first come, first served basis, or is it still a
The
lottery
jobs
system?
are through lottery. That's
Okay.
the only way that we know to make it fair. We are doing a spreadsheet, so once they apply, they've applied. And it will be on a lottery basis. And we try to get our mayor, council members, department heads to make it a fun thing. Just like you see the lottery on TV.
Yeah, I've done one or two.
Have
Yes,
you done
yes,
one or
I've
two?
done one or two. Right.
And it's really a fun thing. Now, we will be going out to various sites beginning March the 31st. We'll be going here in the City County building on March the 31st from 5 to 8. Then we go to the Latin American Community Center in April, Parkway Academy, William Hicks Community Center, Woodlawn Library, and Kingswood. That will be our first session. Then we're doing a second session because we're trying to get state funding.
Okay.
So if we get the state funding, we're going to be doing a second session, which is West End, People's Settlement, South Bridge, Parks and Recreation, the Municipal Complex, and the PAWS Center.
Okay.
So we are encouraging all youth between the ages of 14 and 21 to come out, fill out the application, and take the chance.
And what we're looking for is some of these people will be lifeguards, right?
Oh my goodness. We
Office
have such
staff.
a good array of work sites this year. We have dentist's office, we have
wow,
doctor's
really?
office. Yes, we do.
I didn't know that.
We have some doctor's offices. We have some lawyers. I don't want to mention their names.
Right, yeah, right.
But we had 2 lawyers' offices that are taking our children.
Get outta
Naturally,
here.
Sean always takes some locker room attendants. And we've got a big variety. The Grand Opera House is taking children, DART, so Christiana Care.
Really?
And they place kids in just about every one of their areas down there. So it's a really, really a career building venture.
It truly is, and that is great. I didn't know that it has branched out to this. That is fantastic.
Yes, we know that all children are not college-bound children. And so we're trying to do things. And as a matter of fact, on April 11th, we are having a college fair career day at the PAL from 10 a.m. to 2:30. We're going to have several college recruiters there. Job Corps is going to be there. We're hoping to get the police department, fire department to come so that these young people can come with their resumes. We'll have someone there to help them prepare resumes. It's at the PAL Center on April 11th from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So we're encouraging everybody to come out and get your resumes together.
Right. That is great. You did not need Sean. You could have come by yourself, Marilyn. Now, look, Marilyn, I got to ask you, what is the Green Jobs Program 2015?
Green Jobs is a program that we've been doing for, I think, the last 3 or 4 years. And it's an outside environmental program for youth. And anybody that likes to be outside in the dirt, rocks, and those kind of things, it's a wonderful program. It is for you
Right.
between the ages of 14 to 21, 25 hours a week. They will be getting the same as our summer youth kids. They're
Right.
$8. And as of June the 1st, as a matter of fact, minimum wage goes up. So it's
Hey.
$8.25 an hour now.
Wow.
And the youth will be working 25 hours a week. So if you really are an outdoorsy person, this would be the job for you.
Oh, I love you. And I love you said in the dirt, around with rocks and everything like that. I love that.
They
Yeah.
go down to the terminal and they do different things with rocks and with
Right.
leaves and all kinds of plants. So it's really, most of the kids that have done green jobs really, really do like it.
Marilyn, you are fantastic. Sean, you got like a minute left. Do you want to say anything? But Marilyn, you did great.
That's all right. That's fine.
Want to say anything? But Marilyn, thank you so much. And I probably just took up 10 seconds of Sean's time. Go ahead, say something, Sean.
Again, in recreation, we have a lot of programs going on now. A lot of things that are happening. We're getting ready for our summer programs, our lifeguards, our pools opening, things of that nature. We have our winter basketball program, which has 52 teams in it now. We're doing soccer over at Warner School. We're doing soccer at Lewis School. We're doing indoor tennis with United States Tennis Association, with Kelly Rosario. So our programs are moving forward. But again, birds of a feather flock together. Miss Monk does an outstanding job.
Yes, she does.
She went to Comcast and has been doing it since, I think, 1963, I want to say, 69.
Yes, didn't you know that?
something
Excuse you.
like that. But that information is outstanding for our department.
It is really good.
And, you know, we have other divisions. The maintenance division is doing a great job now, collecting leaves and getting ready for our summer program. Our administration is doing things to make us move forward. So we're just moving right along. But I would like to say, if there's anything that we're not doing, if there's something that's not going on in our department that we're not doing and somebody wants to do that, please contact us at 302.
Paul, what's our suggestion? What do we want to see them
No,
do?
we're not doing archery.
Javelin?
No, in archery, we're not doing that. We are doing a new rugby program. We are doing a new rugby program in the city of Wilmington, a youth rugby program and an adult rugby program at Eden Park. So that's one of the new adventures that we're doing. So things are going well. If there's any questions, please give us a call. You know, we're entitled to do whatever people want to do.
Archery?
No, not archery.
Javelin? No. Okay. Well, Marilyn, you did a fantastic job. We have to go. But Sean, I'm glad you came too.
Right.
And if anybody wants to find out more about the programs at Parks and Recreation, you can always call Sean, or you can call Marilyn for the real heavy hitting stuff, those great summer jobs and all that stuff. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you for having us.
Window on Wilmington will be back with Shine a Light on the Queen after these messages.
Child support clients, do you want your money faster? Sign up today to receive your funds electronically by either direct deposit into an existing checking or savings account or the new First Aid Family Card, a prepaid MasterCard account that is credited whenever a payment is made into your child support case. For more information, visit us online at www.dhss.delaware.gov/DCSE. Or you can reach us on the phone in Newcastle County by calling 577-7171, in Kent County 739-8299, or in Sussex County 856-5386. Thank you.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
The third annual Shine a Light on the Queen promises to be an evening of fun, and great music. And Tina Betts is here to tell us about this year's Shine a Light, which is featuring a tribute to the
1975.
Stones. Hey.
No, 1975. Okay, so let me just roll back.
Okay, roll back.
Shine a Light on the Queen, the third annual, was fantastic. That was last year. That was 2014.
So I'm the fourth annual?
This year is the fourth annual Shine a Light on the Queen, and we've changed up the theme from the Rolling Stones to a tribute to 1975.
Well, how did I get the third
Well,
annual?
that's okay. Don't worry about it. That's all right.
Well, the fourth annual one.
Yeah.
So let me see this. So this is right in the heat of disco. I'm singing today, Paul. I don't care.
Well, you know, I started to wear my last dance wig, but decided that
and our disco ball earrings.
Yeah,
and
remember that?
Yeah.
Mood rings?
Yeah.
So a tribute to 1975. I was listening to an
wait a minute.
What?
We have some footage.
Oh, good.
So we have some footage from the last Shine on Light on a Clean benefit. Yeah. So let's take a look and then we'll come back.
Sounds
okay.
good.
All right. Let's take a look.
Fantastic.
Stop me up.
that was last year. That was the Rolling Stones tribute.
Right.
Okay, this year it's 1975. I just want to mention, I heard an interview with Al Pacino, and people were asking him about the movies he made in the 70s.
Right.
And he said, I don't remember the 70s. And I'm sort of, and I had to kind of think back too. But I remember, you know, the disco, Studio 57 in New York and all that
Wait a minute,
stuff.
is Peter Brown, come on and dance with me,
Yeah, okay, that was
Is that 75?
And also, yeah, that's the one, I guess. We have, let me tell you how exciting this is. First of all, the tickets are almost all sold out.
Wow,
so
really?
Anybody who's listening to this who hasn't bought, I'm telling you, or watching who haven't bought their tickets.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what can we expect at this year's for the 4th annual event?
Yeah, we have 60 of this area's most talented musicians performing across many generations, from musicians in their 20s to musicians over 70 years old. So it's that type of night. This is the biggest fundraiser that the Light Up the Queen Foundation does. As a matter of fact, it's the only public fundraising, live public fundraising that the Light Up the Queen Foundation does. So it raises a lot of money for the Light Up the Queen's mission of community engagement and arts awareness programs.
Wow,
Yeah.
75.
75.
That was a good year for me.
Yeah, me too, I think.
What are you making a face
so
for?
this is on February 21st. I don't know if you have this up
February
here.
21st,
February
go ahead.
21st, okay. There are just a few tickets left. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
The tickets are $60 general
Okay.
admission. There are also a few VIP tickets left for $250. Lots and lots of goodies that come along with the VIP tickets.
A great party.
Yeah, great party. There's a pre-party, a pre-concert in what we're calling the Funky Town Lounge this year for the VIPs. Really good food prepared by World Cafe Live, our hospitality provider. So it's a great time. It's a great fun night for a good purpose.
So
the Light Up the Queen Foundation.
I know you said you have a lot of local musicians. Can you give us a few? Who are a few of them that are going to be there? And I know that's a lot. So
Yeah, it's a lot for me to remember. But we have Rob Grant, who plans the jam on the Brandi wine.
Okay.
He's a musician. Matt Urban, drummer, who works for Mobius. We have Jim Miller, who works for TSN Out and About magazine. I mean, just, you know, it's just some of this area's best.
What's it take to put something like this together?
It takes a lot, especially on the musicians.
Yeah.
We have about 1,000 people who come out to the Queen that night to be a part of this event. So it's a lot of planning. We have a great planning committee that works very, very hard to make sure that everything goes smoothly and that the folks who come have a great time.
Right, right. So let me see. I want to put in a request for a 1975 song.
Okay, well, who are you requesting it to?
Well, now I got to think about this. No, I mean, I got to think about the 70s.
See, you know what? I don't remember 1975 specifically. I mean, it was just like the decade.
Right,
you know?
right.
But there were lots. In 1975, there were a huge number of top Billboard hits.
Was Funky Town 75? Won't you take me down?
I don't know, but we have we have
Town.
Funky Town Live, so maybe somebody found Funky Town. If you know, I think on the website, at least on our Shine a Light Facebook page, people are listing all of the popular songs from many of the popular songs from 1975.
Oh, so we can see that, right?
Yeah, you can see it. And by the way, this show is like about 3 hours long. I think it's over 40 of the hits from 1975, R&B, funk, jam. I mean, it's just, you know, just like across the board for the year. That's how many.
You guys are going to be playing all this great music.
Yeah.
Can people dance?
Do people? Yeah, are you kidding? I mean, if you can move like this among about 600 people, then that's good. You know, you just sort of have to you have to claim your spot and then move around in it.
Well, see, I just got my cool side to side.
Like
you know, I just go.
Bob, are you still making me look good back there?
Yeah,
okay, great.
Look, Bob is on it.
There you go.
Right?
Get on it, Bob. Yeah. Rhinestone Cowboy. Oh, yeah, remember that?
Give me like a disco one now.
I mean, you know, was disco 75 or did that not come until like the later 70s?
It was hot in the 70s.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, first of all, the song list is top secret.
Oh.
Okay, nobody knows. What was it, Brandi?
Mandy.
Oh, Mandy. Oh,
but
yeah,
you can't really, that's slow, Paul. I want to fast
but
one.
You know, it's just 1975 ran the gamut. The song list, the musicians keep it very confidential. Nobody knows what the song list is except the musicians and a couple of hanger-oners. You know who you are, Kathleen, who go to the rehearsals. And so the night when people come, it's just a big surprise because nobody knows the song list. I mean, it's great. It's a wonderful event. A lot of fun at the Queen Theater.
Yes, the Queen, the 4th annual, 1975.
Yeah, tribute to 1975. Shine a light on the Queen.
What,
February
Paul, what
21st.
is it?
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. It may be on the song list. I mean, you know, the thing is.
Well, wait a minute, Tina. They're telling me we got to go.
Okay, we got to go. To Shine a Light or now?
We got to go because I got to talk about the Fringe real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, we got to go. So I'll see you on the February 21st at the Queen.
That's right, party.
Fantastic.
Do you want to get funky with me? Do you want to?
Come on, Bob.
And we want you to remember,
come on, make
the
it look
Fringe
good.
Festival
Look at Bob.
is coming up at various Wilmington locations.
Yeah.
And you know something? At various Wilmington theaters from February, what is it?
This is the film.
Yes,
part
February
of the
18th
Fringe,
through the 22nd, so the film. And we are very proud to say that our former WITM producer, Alexis Arajema, will have her film screened at screened at the Seagull.
Well, you know.
Yeah, based on the classical play, what is
the
it?
Seagull.
Yeah,
by
Anton Chekhov.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
On February 19th.
Right. Well, Fringe
Red.
Festival Committee, you're doing a great job. You know, that was something, of course, I was very involved in before I left, and it's so good to see it thriving.
Well, guess what? We're going to watch Alexis's trailer. And then for everybody here at WITN Channel 22, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. See ya.
I'm not late. I'm sure I'm not late.
No, Nina. Enchantress.
Arcadia doesn't scare me, and neither does Soren the great philosopher. But there's Alexander, the great writer. His stories are so wonderful.
I haven't read them.
So tell me, what's the matter with my darling Tilden? How come he's so tiresome and surly? You know, he spends whole days out in the lake, and I hardly ever see him.
Why do you give in to that writer's influence?
Well, you don't understand him. He's a person of the highest refinement.
You and I are at each other's throats because of him. Meanwhile, he's out in the garden laughing at us, cultivating Nina.
My darling, when are we to begin?
In a minute. Have some patience.